Yo, 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 what is up? What is up? It's Key, and I am back. I'm in the building with another video and a live stream. What is going on this happy Friday evening? Benny Boone, what is going on with you? I got a special guest in the house tonight, CG Ruthless Sports. We're going to talk about the Eagles in the San Francisco 49ers. He is in the building. What's going on, Bial?
Doing good, feeling great. Getting on the live stream with Kay in the building. Matchup should be interesting this week.
Definitely. Thank you about the hair. It's fading, but I gotta get it recolored. I appreciate that. CG Rufus, what's going on,
man? Just chilling, just doing a couple. I was in a couple collaborations, and then I was doing some preview checkups and all that. You guys got some good receivers. They're very fast. It's like we haven't fared out against those kind of receivers since Super Bowl 54, where we had all those speedy receivers from the Chiefs. I think it may create a little bit of unique matchup right there.
It's definitely going to be interesting. We did beat you guys last year. On that abysmal season that we had with Carson Wentz.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those years. Like last year, injuries were playing a factor. Now it's kind of coming in too early. It's been really
a bunch of injuries last year as well. What do you think about this game with injuries that y'all have now?
Okay, injury updates. Emmanuel Mosley's ruled out. Jason Verrett's out for the season. Dre Greenlaw will miss at least 6 to 8 weeks with a core muscle injury, which is the groin. So the updates for what's going on with the Eagles? What's the injuries going on lately?
Definitely some G and breaking up. All right, hold on. My internet want to be retarded. I see. What's going on with the Eagles is we only got one person that's out, which is Rodney McLeod. So that's really looks like we getting all our players. Landon Dickerson, our offensive lineman got during the draft from Alabama. He's listed, but we don't know if he's going to be active. So, but it should be interesting. I'm waiting to see the running game. Elijah Mitchell did go off last week because y'all lost Mozart. So, what do you think about Elijah Mitchell?
Oh, Elijah Mitchell, that's intriguing. Since you just brought that up, with Mostert being out, it kind of looked like Mostert wasn't even gone. Like the way you look at Elijah Mitchell, Shanahan knows how to build system out of these running backs, but Bobby Turner knows how to get these running backs to be ready. So Elijah Mitchell's just got that speed element, and he's very unique. But we're going to have Trey Sermon expected to play this week against the Eagles. That's the big news. So he's a fresher body. He hasn't played yet, but Elijah Mitchell, he has that 4.3 speed that just wows people a little bit. Like you saw a little glimpse against the Lions. Maybe he might do it. So we'll see against the Eagles, but I'm expecting a better challenge with Philadelphia's defense. At least they're going to be able to pressure us more. So what do you guys think?
I like it. Who do you prefer who do you prefer as quarterback? Trey Lance, or are you gonna ride with Jimmy G?
What? What? Couldn't hear my bad. What were you saying?
I said, who do you want to ride with? Who's the better quarterback, Jimmy G, or do you want to ride with Trey Lance? Now it looks like CG having some technical difficulties, but he is at work though. What's going on, everybody in the chat? Can't hear you.
What were you gonna say? My bad, couldn't hear because of reception.
Oh, okay, we hear you. Got you. So what quarterback do you want to ride with? Jimmy G or Trey Lance?
Sorry about that. Couldn't hear good. For some reason, the reception was kind of killing it. But what were you saying again?
Can you hear me now? Am I good?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. So what quarterback you want to ride with? Jimmy G or Trey Lance?
I really want to ride with Trey Lance, but I don't know if it's the right time to throw him in. But I feel like he is ready. But you just got to give this guy some reps more. But at the moment, Jimmy Garoppolo, like he's 25-8 as a starter, and it's hard to get rid of a guy, even though he's been injury prone. But you want to go with a guy who's been winning you games, even though he doesn't give you a lot of playbooks. You know, like Shanahan wants to extend his playbooks. Of course, you want to go with Trey Lance because he's got the higher ceiling. He's got everything that you need at quarterback, and it's something exactly what you guys are doing because Jalen Hurts could do a lot too. So that's what we want. We want that quarterback to be ready. But in order for me to tell you, I have to go with Jimmy Garoppolo because he's just the guy that knows how to win.
Now, with our receivers that we do have, and I know your secondary got banged up. Y'all are missing your key guy. He's out for the year, but y'all did sign. I forget the quarterback's name. So, how do you think that your corners and your secondary is going to do with our receivers? What's the key to San Fran to stop our offense?
Well, what's the key for us to stop your receivers? The cornerbacks that we're playing right now, Josh Norman, we might need to switch up coverage. So coverage might have to be a zone. So I think in order for us to stop your receiving core, we had to at least play up to Josh Norman's strength instead of playing man-to-man. Man-to-man seems like a weakness for his kind of forte. I think it's going to be a tough task because Jalen Hurts could just throw in those deep balls and throw it to Rager or Devontae Smith. That's going to be hard to do. We have to slow down the running game, of course, because Miles Sanders, he can do a lot more as a running back. He can catch the ball at the backfield. He's very dangerous. You must contain him. Jalen Hurts is a mobile quarterback, so that's going to be the hard part is to slow down Jalen Hurts. You got to limit him a little bit, and that's going to make it difficult.
What's going on? Spotlight Raiders Talk. What's going on, D? CG is on his lunch break, so again, his reception and stuff is going in and out. But while he be up, here you go, someone.
No, my apology. The reception kind of goes off a little here and there. But yeah, that's going to be the toughest.
No, you good. You good.
Okay, all right, so keys to the game to beating the Philadelphia Eagles will be simply just limiting Jalen Hurts. Keep him away from running the ball. Miles Sanders is going to be the difficult task because in order for you guys, because you guys get on a flow. So I know that when you give the ball to Miles Sanders, he's going to make those big chunks of plays off the receiving end, and that's going to be the tougher task to deal with. Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert, they really present a lot of mismatch problems for us. So that's going to be difficult to cover on. But your receivers, I think we had to adjust the coverage, and we got to be able to get to your quarterback because you guys have a good offensive line. So we got to get to your quarterback, and that's not going to be easy. So how do you feel about your offensive line since you paid what's his name, Jordan Mailata, whatever his name is?
Jordan Mailata, yeah, we paid him for you. Jordan is going to have a tough your guys are going to have a tough time with Jordan. He's 6'8", 340, 345. Used to play rugby. Yo, he's going to be hard for y'all to get through. Fred Warner and those guys are going to have a hard task trying to get through the offensive line. And one thing we got to do, we got to stop Kittle. I know our linebackers haven't been good with stopping quality tight ends on teams, so we have to contain Kittle. And we all know how valuable George Kittle is to the 49ers offense. So we have to limit him his yards. I know he can block as well, so we have to definitely make sure he's covered. We got to worry about Debo because Debo went off last week. Brandon Ayuk is there too, so y'all got weapons. The Eagles just have to stop them with their secondary. I know Slay's going to be on Debo, so that should be an interesting matchup. He's at work, y'all, so don't mind his Wi-Fi. Damian, shut up. We don't have Wendy's Wi-Fi.
And the reception keeps killing me like the secondary of the Niners, like the way we're doing in coverage. Oh yeah, but yeah, you're right. George Kittle will be the. I don't know.
Go ahead.
But you're right about it. Like for the Eagles to have a chance, they do have to stop George Kittle because he's going to be a factor. He is more like that 6 offensive line. He can do good in the running game too. So when it comes to blocking, that will be the one thing that you guys got to put up with. Elijah Mitchell, he's kind of the unproven commodity, but for you guys, I might need to watch out for that guy. He might just come off like a Mostert type performance. So I think you guys have a really good, unique task. Like defensively, you guys have some good defensive line. Your linebacking core is a little suspect, a little suspect in between. If we can throw the ball right into Kittle against your linebackers, that should be a favorable matchup right there. So I guess your safety, Rodney McLeod, is ruled out. So that's going to be tough. But who do you got at the other safety spot that's supposed to fill in for him?
We might see Davian Taylor. I know Marcus Epps was out, but he's I think he did practice. Of course you got Slay. Slay's going to cover Debo because Debo went off last game, and then there's Anthony Harris is back there. So our secondary has a task with those receivers and Kendall linebackers. That's our linebacking core, middle suspect Alex Singleton, and we did get Eric Wilson. So hopefully they can contain George Kittle. If we can contain George Kittle in the running game and get pressure on Jimmy, I think the Eagles will have a successful time beating the Niners.
Most definitely. If you can get to Jimmy and pressure him consistently and cause those turnovers, there's a chance you guys should have a win. I mean, we can't take you guys lightly on this matchup because we did it with Detroit. So if we get too relaxed like we did the last game, it's not going to look pretty against Philadelphia. They have more. They have a unique offense, and you cannot just focus on one individual because then you're going to get burned. So it's like you got Jalen Reagor, who's actually improved from week 1. He kind of elevated himself under the chemistry with Jalen Hurts in the offseason, and he looked really good against the Falcons. Devontae Smith, you let this guy beat you in coverage. He's got the best route running from what I'm seeing. Then Quiz Watkins, he's like your number 3 receiver, right? So that might be a tough one. Like pick your poison between those receivers.
Yeah, definitely. Quiz can burn you in the
that's gonna be a tough one.
Plays. So what's offensively? What do you have to do against this Eagles defense?
Okay, offensively, we just have to run the time of possession. We just got to be able to run the ball effectively good. I don't know what we could do in the passing game. I think your secondary will be a lot better than the Lions, no doubt. I think we have to be able to utilize more of using Debo in some sweep plays, some jet sweep plays. Maybe we'll be able to get the Eagles off guard a little bit. George Kittle and some short passes maybe, and he'll probably break some plays. But I think in order to beat the Eagles, we got to have really time of possession and be able to run the clock more effectively to where your offense will have to wait a little longer and then make it more difficult. I think we just have to have more time than you guys.
So out of your team, who's going to be the key guy for the Niners to win the game?
Okay, key guy. I got a feeling that this guy's probably going to make his debut. Trey Sermon, maybe a goal line touchdown play or so, or maybe he's effective in those tough yardage. And if we need to run the clock or run it to end the game, we got to have Trey Sermon do that. So I don't know about Elijah Mitchell. He's a speedy back, but he's not a physical type back, So I think he would have to be the keys to the game for this one.
Okay. Definitely. So for us to key in on the defensive, the win, we gotta be disciplined. I know last week we had definitely a lot of penalties on both sides of the ball, whether it was false starts, offsides. We got to be more disciplined on the line. We can't afford to make key mistakes and drop us back in yards, especially if we drive it, and then that penalty kills your momentum. So we can't definitely have that. So we got to fix that. Again, we got to worry about Kittle, and we got to control the running game because in the beginning last week, Cordell Patterson was running all up and down the field, and I was getting a little nervous. But the defense settled in, and they got pressure on Matt Ryan. I do think if we get pressure on Jimmy G, he's not going to be able to have time to throw.
Yeah, I agree on that part because of the fact that you have to see for the Eagles, they do have to stop a little of that running game because they did open a little crease against Atlanta. And some Eagle fans may say, well, we kind of fixed it at the second half, but you don't know what you're facing until you face the 49ers run team. So it's like we got different guys. So it's like people thought Mostert was going to be the guy. Now it could be Elijah Mitchell being that breakout guy. So anybody who plays fantasy football, maybe you might want to pick this guy up against the Eagles. Just a suggestion, but yeah.
Definitely we get to see Trey Sermon because we haven't seen him yet. And now that he's definitely going to get a chance since Mostert is out and he's going to be there. We're definitely going to see him, so we have to get prepared for him. Also, we got to prepare for Trey Lance because we don't know when we're going to see him. I'm sure Shanahan got something up his sleeve to bring him in some type of packages.
Oh, yeah. That's what happened last week against Detroit. So we might just pull off like the Saints did, where they had Taysom Hill in that situation and Jameis Winston in between. So you might get some looks like that. But, yeah, Trey Sermon's going to make his debut, and nobody has found some tape of him except the Ohio State and Oklahoma tape. So you don't know what to expect except the preseason game. He might have shown some flashes. So that's the tricky part. Shanahan has a lot of trick on his sleeves. Like Ayuk, you think he's in the doghouse? I don't think so. I think this is just him recovering from a hamstring or something, or coach's decision. Maybe they just feel like Trent Sherfield's looking good right now. Maybe they just don't want to take away the rhythm a little bit. So maybe he'll slowly sneak in and become a factor. So maybe that's the one thing that most people are not getting. Like, is Ayuk really in the doghouse, or is Shanahan trying to be cautious with him?
So if your secondary becomes an issue, do you think y'all call Richard Sherman back? I know he's dealing with his issues, but he always say it's an open possibility.
Well, if we can't fix the secondary, then yeah, we might as well give him a call and say, hey, Richard, we want you back. If we had to bring in somebody with leadership, or maybe bring in somebody like a Gary and Conley who's still available in free agency and he's younger and cheaper, maybe we bring him in. But but if it doesn't get fixed against Philadelphia, we got to get adjusted against another team. But I think for this is a true task because you guys have a lot of super burners, and this is like how I would be more concerned about. If we can't cover you guys, then it's going to be a tough day. And you guys might have the advantage when it comes to a really good speedy offense. Like Jalen Hurts has like really a lot of weapons. So it's like if our defense can't get enough pressure on Jalen Hurts, yeah, it will be a long day. I'm not going to disagree on that part.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts is pretty good last week, especially with the RPO. And he don't see nothing downfield, and if blitz is coming, he's going to take off. So that's one thing I did like. He tucked the ball and ran with it. That was Carson last week. He got sacked 4 or 5 times already last game. But definitely Jalen Hurts smarter with the ball. He's going to spread it around. He's going to look at his defense. He's going to see what y'all going to bring. I'm sure y'all going to bring some heat to him. Try to sack us. Definitely Fred Warner and those guys back there. How do you feel about Fred Warner and the linebackers? Like, what do they have to do?
Yeah, we definitely got to stop your running game because if Warner, he does good in coverage, but we definitely do need to keep an eye on your tight ends because you got Zach Ertz, Dallas Goedert, which Warner does well in coverage against these tight ends. So I'm not, as far as like the backup, like we got Alshon Ashir that should fill in for Dre Greenlaw. So I think he kind of showed some solid signs when he played against Detroit Lions. I felt like he could get the job done. But I don't think he's like exactly the same as Drake Greenlaw would play. So it would be a really tough task because I think your two tight ends, that's going to be an advantage against our defense a little bit. So that might be the scary factor is, are we going to let Zach Ertz come loose, or is it going to be Dallas Goedert who might come out as the hot hand, a guy that might step in. So in order for the linebackers to do their job is we got to be able to stop your tight ends and stop Miles Sanders. That's how I look at it.
Definitely. I know a lot of last week we seen Kenneth Gainwell as well. So don't forget about him. That's our rookie running back from Memphis who did, he's pretty good. We don't have that bowling ball with feet, that big power back, but you will see the speed between Miles Sanders and the rookie in there. So I do like that combination. Also, we got Boston Scott. He's you remind me of Sproles a little bit. So three speedy guys definitely could tear up an offense. But we do need that bowling ball with feet to get you that short yardage. That's when we bring Zach Ertz in on the little screens. Pretty much, Sirianni already said he's got more up his sleeve than what we saw last week. And hopefully Jonathan Gannon can bring more pressure because that's when the second half really things got together. But we got to start the tempo early. We can't lag. If we go down, I don't know, it might be hard for us to catch back up. And, Shanahan's good for being conservative. Do you think if he gets a good lead, he got to keep the foot on the gas?
Well, Shanahan needs to push to the gas. He can't just slow down like he did against the Detroit Lions. If we do that, that's going to be a big mistake if we do that, because Shanahan being too conservative is kind of one thing, but if you're going to give a chance for a team that had no business to be in this game, then that's a problem right there. You gave Detroit Lions a closer opportunity to almost play into overtime. So if we do that against Philadelphia, I'll tell you what, the Eagles might be able to capitalize a lot of that little cockiness, because if we get too cocky and we get too ahead of ourselves, then that's what's going to be the problem right there. So Shanahan needs to clean his act right there.
Definitely. Let's see what else we got. So pretty much, how did you feel about the Detroit game from week one? What did you see about the Niners that you like, and what do you see that you don't like?
The fact that what I liked about it was our offense was looking really good against the Detroit's defense. But what I didn't like about it was the fact that we didn't finish in the fourth quarter. We almost blew it. We got too relaxed. We got to close games. If this happens against any other good team, more than likely we're going to lose that game. So that was the only negative side I didn't like, was that we almost gave that game away.
Okay. What pissed me off earlier was definitely the penalties that we had. Also, it was we could not stop Cordell Patterson. That running game in the beginning definitely was an issue. And again, that the defense did fix that, but they gotta go early. And again, if y'all get running on us, it's going to be an issue. It's definitely going to be a problem.
Yeah, that's the issue we had against Detroit, was we let DeAndre Swift get loose a little bit, especially catching the ball off the backfield. He got a touchdown play. That was very frustrating. Can you imagine what it could happen with Gaineswell and Miles Sanders getting that ball? That could be a disaster right there again, So I think we need to fix that mistake. So that was the only negative side of the game, was our defense was giving up a lot of yards. That's not a good thing.
I definitely thought Detroit was going to pull that off. I seen it was 41-10, and then I looked. I was like, "How did they score 33 points?" Jared Goff was not playing. I thought he was going to get that comeback victory. I mean, Jared Goff don't look bad with Detroit, but I thought Charles was going to try to lose that game.
It looked like to me we were going to pull an Atlanta Falcons move right there, and if we got too cocky about it, it was going to backfire us if we did that. So that gave me almost a heart attack right there if we were going to give up that game right there.
Y'all got any questions in the chat for CG or myself? Now's the time. Again, I appreciate everyone who's in here. I apologize if my internet or whatever is being retarded today. It's a Friday. It don't want to work, but for the most part, we are here. CG, how do you think the rest of the season is going to go? Like, what do you think the division wise?
Okay, division-wise, what's our favorable? Okay, I got the Cardinals finishing fourth. Even though they started out first half of the season, they seemed to look good, but they tended to struggle in the second half of the season. So I got Seattle being third, and the Niners second, and the Rams number one. Because the fact they're more of a complete team, and I like what I saw out of the Rams against the Bears, which is a really good defense. So I'm more convinced by those, but it can come down to the Rams and the 49ers winning that division this year.
I'm calling the Eagles. It's going to come down between. It's going to come down between Dallas and the Eagles, honestly, and I think Dallas is not going to take the division. I really think the Eagles are going to win this division. They're going to win. They're going to be 10-7. That's my bold prediction. Y'all can at me all y'all want. The Eagles are winning the division 10-7.
Okay, because it's an NFC East, it's very open for any team in that division. But I do have my team finishing at least 11-6 and possibly getting the wild card. But I think the Rams are going to be the better team. So, as much as I hate to say it, but I think Sean McVay is going to elevate this offense with Stafford. So that will be the tougher one.
Like Stafford looking pretty good. He just needed a change of scenery. He just needed some people around him. He needed an offensive line. He had a defense. Stafford going to make some moves. He definitely going to bring some moves. Why you got to bring up the Bears game? What Bears game? Who brought up the Bears game? Damien. You just mad because y'all got old behind JP and he hurt. I don't know why y'all signed him. Why did y'all sign JP? Screw Stafford. Stafford going to light you up. He did light y'all up. My bad. I forgot y'all lost. Who's your next game
my
after
bad.
the Eagles?
Couldn't hear because.
Who's the next game for y'all after the Eagles?
Oh, who would we play? Okay, who we play next after the Eagles is the Green Bay Packers on a Sunday Night Football.
Ooh, that should be interesting. And we got Dallas Monday night. But no, definitely this game, I can't wait. It's going to be fun. Y'all know y'all got some revenge out for us. Like I said, we did beat y'all last year. And was we in San Fran last year? I think we was. Or was we home game? I don't remember. But it's definitely a home game. Eagles opening game. I live 10 minutes from the stadium. I'm not going to be at that game, unfortunately. But I drive past Lincoln Financial Field every day going to work. And that traffic is crazy. When anything is down, whether the Sixers, the Flyers, the Phillies, that traffic is always crazy. But I know you got to get back to going to work. But I do appreciate CG for coming on, talking some football, talking Niners football. You got anything to say before you got to head out?
I appreciate you having me on the show, and sorry for the reception. I apologize. It's like a lot of it's kind of been an issue since I been around out to my job site. But yeah, definitely think you guys are going to win the division. I think you guys made a believer out of me against the Falcons. So prediction. What do you got? Your prediction for the Eagles, Niners versus Eagles? Who do you think's going to win?
I'm gonna definitely say that the Eagles definitely can beat the Niners. Like I said, it was not going to get well. I think this is going to be another big test for us again. You know, you got a good defense, you got a good tight end, you got good receivers. It's going to be a test, like you said. The Niners going to be a test for you. No, the Eagles going to be a test for y'all. I think it's going to come down to a possession. I'm going to go out on them and say 28-21.
Okay, a 4-point game. Okay, I got us going at least 31-27 for the Niners, but I know it's gonna. Optimistically, I feel like if we can overcome these adversities and travel well on the road, I think we fare well on the East Coast when we travel quite lately. So, the Eagles are going to give us the most challenging part, but can we finish it? That's the question, and I believe we might have a chance. We'll see, but I think you guys are going to give us a huge amount of problems. But yeah, it's gonna be really interesting. I'm gonna see a good physical team. The Eagles and Niners are gonna bring their best. They're gonna bring round 2.
Always do. Again, that was CG Ruthless Sports. Y'all go make sure y'all go hit him up. His link is in the description as well. And again, we was live on Facebook. We were live on the Spotlight Sports Network. Make sure y'all hit that up. Eagles about to have a Giants game. Joking. No, we not, Damien. Hush your face. There was nothing like that Giants game last night. That's all on the special teams dude for jumping off sides. Like the Giants had that game won. Slayton missed that fifth touchdown. That's what killed the Giants. But again, I appreciate you, CG, for being on. I know you got to go back to
all right, I'll come in anytime. Anytime you want me on your show, I'll come in anytime. It was a great conversation. I'm definitely looking forward to this matchup. All right, have a good one.
All right. Yo, that was CG Ruthless Sports. Make sure y'all hit him up in the give him a like and a subscribe. His link is in the description. Again, we're live on the network. The network did hit over. We hit 1,000. I think we got like 1,040. I think over there on the network. Appreciate you. I-90. That's what JD and Bobby over there. Make sure y'all go sub to them over there. Beantown Breakdown covers everything Boston. So just make sure y'all give him a shout out. But again, we got the Niners. Again, my prediction is I think the Eagles can beat the 49ers. It's going to be by a touchdown, though. 28-21 is my final score. But I appreciate everyone who was in here for a little bit of time. Again, I know I had to fit him in because he did his lunch break and everything. But y'all know where to find me. I'm always in the chat somewhere, somehow. Whether it's the Spotlight Sports Network, make sure you hit that like button and bell over there. Or it's on my channel. I got you covered on all Philadelphia sports, whether it's the Phillies, Sixers, Flyers, and the Eagles. And Damian, if you're still in here, we beat your Cubs too. 17-8. Don't remember that. So y'all are 0-2 when it comes to Chicago right now. But as always, guys, I will see y'all in the chat. And I will see y'all in another video. I'm out.